Rawlings is a force both on and off the stage as a comedian, an actor, and a podcaster. And even better, Donnell Rawlings will be live at the Bricktown Comedy Club this weekend, and he's joining us this morning to tell us all about it. Good morning. What can the audience expect this weekend?
Well, if you saw my Netflix special February 27th on Netflix called A New Day, I think I was at a very, very good place with that. My comedy is unedited, it's unfiltered. You know, I walk a fine line without actually stepping across that. You're going to hear me talk about current events. You're going to hear me talk about something that a lot of people deal with every day. Relationships. You're going to hear me talk about family, my son. It's a mix of everything. But I will say, if anybody's been following my career over 30 years, and you see me work at a comedy club, that every year, my comedy evolves and it's something different. And none of the jokes that was on the Netflix special would be at OKC this weekend.
Great. All new stuff. Now, I know that Dave Chappelle, the number one question everybody asks him is, what's it like working with Donnell? So we're going to ask you, what's it like working with Dave Chappelle?
That's a good question, Dave. What's it like working with Donnell? It's great. It's like a brotherhood. It's like two people that have mutual respect for each other. And in any relationship, especially if you're speaking on brotherhood, it's times you guys don't always agree on everything, but you sit down, you talk it out, you work out your differences, and then you figure out what's going to be the best for both of you guys. You know, my relationship with Dave it wasn't just work. I consider him one of my closest friends, like a brother to me. Like we've been to funerals together. We watched people get married together. You know, he was there for me for the birth of my young son, who is 9 years old, gave me some parental advice and some suggestions. So it's not just limited to what you saw on the Chappelle show. We are actually brothers.
Now, in addition to getting to see you live, you also have a great podcast. Tell us about that, if you would.
The Donnell Rawlings show is an opportunity for people, again, to see me unedited, unscripted. I was really, really heavily involved with it during the pandemic. But, you know, of course, during the pandemic, I had more time for it because I really wasn't traveling. So once the pandemic lifted and some restrictions lifted, I didn't have as much passion for it then, but I'm back into it. It's been currently coming out every week for like the last 4 months. I've had the likes of Teddy Swims on my podcast, Tony Hinchcliffe, who some people don't really see eye to eye on with too many things, Dr. Umar. It's just been I think it's a great podcast, and it's a reality. When I defined it, I say it's a reality show about a podcast. And if you go to YouTube and subscribe to the Donnell Rawlings show, you'll get notifications and you can check it out yourself.
So in addition to being an actor, comedian, podcaster, and now singer, what else is coming up for you?
Being the best dad I can be. I'm always working on new material with the opportunity or the thought of it could possibly turn into a special. But if it doesn't, I'll keep on pushing ahead and doing what I do best, making people laugh. My good friend Dave Chappelle said, our job is important because it's our job to make fun of things that are troubling the world. And we're in an interesting state right now, mentally, for a lot of Americans. So if there's nothing else I give you, it's 45 minutes to an hour, just relief comedy. Release those endorphins that make you feel good and have a good time.
Well, special or no special, you're special, and I can't wait to see you here in OKC. Thank you, Donnell.
Thank you for your time.
We're excited. Again, for more information, you got to check it out. Tickets are there at bricktowncomedy.com.